Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So in today's video I've decided to teach you guys a complete Markdown tutorial. So sit back, relax and enjoy. So first of all, what is Markdown? Markdown is a markup language that's easy to read and write and is used to format plain text without a formal text editor or HTML tags. So an important quick note to notice here is that Markdown is device agnostic, which means that basically you code once and you can view it across all devices and it will be consistent. The output will be consistent. So you can check out where Markdown is used in real lives. I'm not gonna go in detail over here. So what are the prerequisites of this course? So I assume you guys have no coding background whatsoever, and it is useful if you have a bit of HTML, and if you don't have HTML background, it's fine. You can still watch along and learn something new and interesting. So I'll be teaching you all these stuffs in the exact same orders, and I'll leave a timestamps in the description down below. You can jump ahead in the video if you want to. So what are the tools that you will be required by you to use Markdown? So you can use either one of the three tools. Either one of the three tools is required for us to begin writing Markdown. So in this tutorial I'm gonna use text editor like Visual Studio. You can use any other text editor like Sublime Text Atom with the Markdown extension installed, or you can install specific Markdown editors like MarkText, which is specifically designed to write Markdown, and or else you can use an online interpreter for Markdown. So Dillinger is a website I found in the net, and it's actually a pretty good online Markdown interpreter, and I really like it. You can delete document, save the session, new document. You can also connect it to services like Dropbox, GitHub, etc. This is not sponsored. I really like it, so I'm just suggesting it to you guys. Check it out. I'll leave a link to it in the description down below. And whatever I teach you in this video will also be available in this website, so feel free to go ahead and check it out. So I will be creating a new folder specifically for our project. Let me call it Markdown tutorial, like that. And I want you guys to open Visual Studio Code. If you guys don't know how to install Visual Studio Code or MarkText, I leave a link to my previous YouTube videos. You can check it out and install them. So first of all, I would advise you guys to set the font size. So to set the font size, click on File, go to Preferences, and then click on Settings. You can also access it by clicking Control, which is a shortcut. I usually use that. So I have set the font size to 25. You can increase it or decrease it as you like. Okay, and we require an extension to do so, and the extension's name is basically Markdown. And install the most popular stuff you see. I have installed this one. You can install whatever you want. It's just the same. Okay guys, let's get started. Okay guys, to create a new file in Visual Studio Code, go to File and click on New File. And enter the type of file. go to file, new text file. Also you can click the shortcut Control N and select a language, which is Markdown in our case. I want you guys to drag and drop the folder you have created into Visual Studio Code. Visual Studio Code will immediately open it. Over here you can see the name of the folder. Click on new file, and I'm going to just name it main.md. It's important that you have the extension .md. MD is an extension of Markdown. And there you go, we are ready to get started, guys. So nearly all Markdown applications support the basic syntax outlined in the original Markdown design document, but there are minor variations across Markdown interpreters, which I have found out, and I will mention in the course. But basically you guys can check it out too. So first thing upon our list is headings. To create a heading, you just use a hash sign or number sign followed by a space, and you just type the spelling heading. So this is, you can write it, this is a heading, and click on this icon over here, Markdown previewer, and you will get a preview of the document. So this is a heading. This heading is of level 1. So if you guys do not understand what this level is, if you guys know HTML, it's basically the same as typing h1 tag, right? So it's just the same. Do not bother with it. So if you guys don't know, heading level 1 basically means it's the highest size of a heading file you can receive. If you want to decrease the heading size, you should make it heading level 2. To make it heading level 2, you just need to add one more hash sign to it, and you can see the size has decreased. So the more the level, the smaller the size, and the lesser the level, the greater the size. So it kind of makes sense, I guess. So if you guys know HTML, basically this h1 tags. So heading level 1 is h1 tag, heading level 2 is h2 tag, and so on and so forth. A general mistake which I have seen with people is that they just avoid putting a space after the hash sign, which is so wrong, and Markdown interpreters just cannot identify it as heading. So you need to put a space between the hash sign and your heading. So so this is heading level 1. You put 2 hash signs and it becomes heading level 2, and you put 3 hash signs and it becomes heading level 3, and you put 4 heading signs and it becomes heading level 4. Then you put 5 hash signs and becomes heading level 5, like that. And you can do it as much as you want. In summary, to create a heading, add number signs in front of a word or a phrase. The number of number signs you should use correspond to the heading level you want to use. Okay guys, that's it. However, in some Markdown editors, there's an alternate syntax to creating heading level 1 and heading level 2. Only heading level 1 and heading level 2. So I don't know if this will work in Visual Studio Code, but I will give it a try. Heading level 1, and then you put an equal to sign, and it becomes a heading level 1, just like that. And to create a heading level 2, you put a heading level 2, any heading, and you put a sign like this, and it becomes a heading level 2, just like that. So it's an alternative syntax. You can or you cannot, you should not use it depending on your likings. I'm just here to teach you guys. So to create a paragraph, you just type just like that. So I really like using Markdown in Visual Studio Code, and becomes a paragraph just like that. To create a paragraph, use a blank line to separate one or more lines of text. So to create another paragraph, you just separate it by one line and like, I love to code, and that becomes another paragraph just like that. So unless the paragraph is in a list, don't intend. I will teach you guys how to create a list in Markdown, but when I do, unless you're creating a paragraph inside a list, don't intend the paragraph. So don't do stuffs like this. That's really bad. That's another thing altogether, so don't do that. So in order to create a line break, what you guys need to do is put 3 hyphens and it will be a line break. So you guys ask what's the difference between this and this. So there is no line difference between the heading level 1. So you guys should remember that this is the alternate syntax to heading level 2, which I taught you guys earlier. And if you put separate it with a space between, it will become a horizontal ruler, which is a differently whole thing. So mind the gaps. Yeah, mind the gaps. So so I will teach you guys how to create a bold text. To create a bold text, you just need to enclose the text or a line with whatever you want to bold with double asterisks, and you guys can see it's basically just got bold just like that. An alternate syntax to this is you can use double underscore to do that, and you can see the same result, but it's generally preferred to use double asterisk, but you can still use double underscore. But if this is the case, you can see that the double underscore doesn't work. If there's no space between the words, then in that case you must use asterisk to get away with it. And now you can see it works. So if there's a space between words, you don't need to worry about it. If there's no space, use asterisk. Just use asterisk always. Just don't yeah, you know. And to create a italicized version, use a single asterisk and it will be italicized, or you can also use a single double quote, and there you go. To create italicize the whole line, just enclose the whole line with it, just like that. If you want to do both bold and italicizing a particular string, then use triple underscore or triple asterisks, and that will do it. So you can see it's both bold and italicized. You can also use triple asterisks to do away. So just copy this and paste it. Yeah, the easy method. So yeah, it works, the same result. And then to create a block quote, you just need to put an arrow sign like this and say this is a block quote, and there you go. You can see it's a block quote. Block quotes can have multiple paragraphs. So if you want to have paragraph, I told you guys earlier that you need to separate it by line space. But if you separate a line space, it becomes it gets out of the block quote. So in order to create multiple paragraphs within a single block quote, just put an empty arrow sign and another arrow sign and just start typing. So you guys can see this is sentence 1 and separated by line, and sentence 2 starts here. So cool, isn't it? You can also bold the text within a block quote, bold or italicize, however you want. Certain elements work within a block quote and certain elements don't. To know what formatting methods work within a block quote, the great method is just to try it out yourself, or you can just read the documentation, but I like the trial and error method. You could also choose something like a nested block quote. So you can do something like, so to create a nested block quote, just put 2 arrows and you can see it's nested. So this is a nested block quote, and there you go guys. So next up on our list is a list, how to create list. So there are 2 types of list. Markdown offers you to create 2 types of list. The first one being unordered, the simpler one, and second one being the ordered one. To create an unordered list, I'll show you how to create. So I'll say item 1 and then hyphen item 2 and item 3, just like that, and you can see the list has been created. You just add a hyphen and separate the item by a space. It's important you separate item with a space, otherwise it will just be considered as a paragraph. Otherwise you can also use something like a plus sign, for example. Plus sign and a plus sign. A plus sign. And that also will produce you the same result. You could also have a list starting with an asterisk like this, and it will also produce the same output, but you should just pick one method and stick to it for all the items. So you can see if I want, I can put a plus sign asterisk on the first item, plus on the second, and then the hyphen on the third. It works fine, but it is not the case with all Markdown interpreters. Visual Studio Code, this extension is smart enough to identify it's all the same, but it's generally bad to use different formatting elements to format an unordered list. So choose one method and stick with it. If you're choosing the plus sign, stick with the plus sign. Don't use multiple formatting styles. Okay, I hope you guys understood it. And to create an ordered list, basically just put a number 1 followed by dot and a space. Space is important, and you say item 1, and then you put 2, and you say item 2, and you put 3, and you say item 3, and you see it's an ordered list. But it's not necessary it should be in the same order. For example, I can put a 2 times 3 and it will still be 2. The only important thing is that it has a number 1 followed by dot and some other random numbers below it. So I can put 8 over here and still I can put 10 over here and you can still see it's 1 2 3 correct order. I can also put 10 over here and a lower number over here, like say 7 or something, and then it's just the same unless I put 1. Okay, even if I put 1, it's just the same list. So you guys know. The next step is to create a code block. So if you want to make a specific word, For example, open command prompt and type clear. So if you want to like make this clear coding word, so you just put it a backlit, surround the word with a backlit, and you can see it's just like this documentation you see on websites, just like that. It's basically a code block. So if you want to code any programming languages onto the webs, Markdown, you just put triple backlit and the name of the programming language. For example, I'll just write something like Python, say print hello world. There's a closed backlit, just like that, and there you go. You have a beautifully syntax highlighted Python statement. So you can also use something like Lua, something like Ruby. Either the same, because it's just print statement is same in Ruby and Python, so you guys get it. You guys don't need to have any understanding of programming to know this. Just I'm telling, if you know any programming languages, then it will be helpful for you guys. The next thing I'm gonna teach you is how to add images into Markdown. So for that, I'm gonna take an image and upload it in the same folder, and then I'll teach you guys how to upload an image from the website or another location in your computer. So you guys can see I have downloaded this random image from the internet. I don't even know what this means, but if you guys know what that means, please share it down in the comment below. I would like to learn. So the way you insert an image is to put an exclamation followed by square bracket. To insert an image into the Markdown, you first put an exclamation followed by square bracket, then a normal bracket, and then the relative or absolute path to the file. So relative path is the path you can use if the image you're going to upload into the Markdown is either in the same directory or in the child directory of your main file, a main Markdown file. So in case I have this image in the same directory, so I'm just gonna put logo.jpg, and you can see immediately the image gets added. So cool, so nice. And I can add, if I want to add an alt text, I can say like eagle photo, maybe, I don't know what this is. So I haven't added an alt thing to it, so I like it. So that's great. And in order to add external web links, you can do something like same exclamation followed by square bracket, then normal bracket, and then name like Google, and then link google.com, and where is it? And another way to enclose web links quickly and easily is just to enclose them with an angular brackets, and I can say google.com, and it's a link. This Markdown interpreter is kind of different, so it's just formatting, giving me the same output, but in a proper Markdown it's like mark text. If you don't know how to install it, again watch my previous YouTube videos. And then so I forgot to mention you guys how to use an image address which is not relatives, that which is absolute. So in case you have the image somewhere else on the computer, just go to image, right click, and hit copy path and then paste it over here, and it will work perfectly fine. So I think you guys have liked my video. So if you do, please hit a like button and subscribe. It will really mean a lot to me. Thank you guys. Thank you.